Play us something that you've
composed. I don't think I can. It only just 3 notes at once. This is what happens. It just stops working. It's dead. I'm very sentimental.
So you got that in 1986?
Yes, it was my first piano.
And how old were you in 1986?
5. I wonder if there's like a steel band.
Since you went away, the days were long, and soon I'll hear a winter song. I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall.
Yeah, I mean, it was just emanating the most beautiful sound, I think. Yeah, it was glorious, cathedral-like, yeah.
You really do feel you're hearing music in a different way, and I think it adds an emotional layer to the music.
We just experienced a steel band and a choir singing, and just energy and vitality and warmth, and yeah, an amazing experience.
Since you went away, the days were long, and soon I'll hear a winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. Since you went away.
But the music was out of this world. It was really beaming energy, and you know, if you see and you take the context of the sun and where we are, and it was really a very strong flux of energy. It was amazing.
The Turner told me that Jeremy Deller wanted the choir to do, well, was interested in the choir performing at his opening, and a possible collaboration with choir and steel band. So that's when they approached me and said, do you think the Big C might be interested? Could you do this as a part of your Sounds Like Art? And I said, yes, please. And that's how it started.
Chicken tikka mango chutney and a pint of lager. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Chicken tikka mango chutney and a pint of lager. Chicken tikka mango chutney and a pint of lager. Chicken tikka mango chutney and a pint of lager.
I came to see the exhibition by Jeremy Deller, and the music as a background to that was absolutely stunning. Really worked with the art that's on the show.
We had one rehearsal the week before. It was quite stressful because I was thinking, what if they think I'm rubbish? This steel band, I'd met them once before and I'd not even been introduced to them. I was just this like blonde woman sat in the corner making notes. So they were probably thinking, who's this? And then they all came down to the Turner for the day. And I was really nervous about that, about them thinking, who is she conducting us? And who is this choir? And I was nervous for the choir because we'd sort of cobbled things together quite quickly. We had a big room, but there was lots of them, and they filled half the room, lots of us. So initially I thought we'll face each other, so they're all looking at each other, so they can get to know each other. But all that happened was right in the middle you could hear, but nobody could hear each other, and the choir were really quiet. And then we tried the steel band behind the choir, but then you couldn't see the steel band, which you've got to see the steel band. They look amazing, and you know, the audience want to see them. And so we had to play around quite a bit. And yeah, I was just saying to people, what do you think we should do? Because I didn't know.
Again, 1, 2, 3, 4.
This collaboration is fantastic. It's an empirical process unfolding. On all sides, we're just struggling with what we need to do and working it out as we go along, which is an extraordinarily interesting experience. And I somehow suspected that at the outset it might be a bit like that, and so it's turned out just the sort of experience I like best, really. You don't know what's going to happen. It just evolves as you're experiencing it. Terrific.
became really sort of electric really when they started performing.
An exhibition by itself can be quite flat, it's very quiet, it's very serious, and to hear it with some real raucous, joyous noise in the background just brings the whole thing to life.
This took you on an emotional journey, very much so, sort of from the calmness of the autumn to the turbulence of those stormy days of the autumn.
At the very beginning, we were a bit apprehensive. You know, you had an English choir. You know, it couldn't be more English than this one.
Yeah, I was scared at the beginning, but I think they were laughing at me a lot because I'm a bit silly.
Doing songs in a calypso rhythm, which is Caribbean, no, Trinidad, I should say. You know, and I thought, how will this thing work out? And then I had Emily sent me a link with a sort of trial run. And everybody, I sent it to Robbie. I said, what do you think about this? And he said, wow. He said, that's really great. You know, good job, you know. And from there on, we thought, well, that's it. All systems go.
I was a bit worried about you hearing it because it was me singing all the parts. So it's like a choir, and it sounds like when you sing all the parts yourself, you sound a bit like a choir of chipmunks. So it was like the Andrews sisters, and I emailed it, and I thought, oh God, he's going to hate it. And then he rang me back straight away.
Some of the music that's been played at this event are some of my compositions also. So he has honored me with an invitation to come and be a part of this fantastic event. A lot of cultural expressions, musical expressions are being intertwined and overlaid on one another. So that's where we are. So that is exactly what this project has achieved.
Get started, you can sit down.
I think we can relax now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because we've done the first one, we know it went really well. So we can just really chill out and enjoy ourselves a bit more on the second run, don't you think?
Yeah.
And we've actually had a relaxer.
Yeah. Yes, we have actually. Yeah. We're more relaxed now.
See how we play.
One song Jeremy wanted us to do was All Night Long, and Autumn Leaves the Steel Band wanted to do because Robert, the guy who arranged that for them, was visiting at the time of the performance, and music was my suggestion because I love a bit of cheese and I think it's just an awesome song. And so that's how it came about, really. I arranged 3 choral parts that complemented their steel band parts. So it was quite a quick project. There wasn't the amount of time that went into it as landscapes. Well, that was a new work and that took ages, but I think it was really, really successful and fun.
God, you're
to some of it downstairs and some of it upstairs because the acoustics are quite different. So when you're upstairs, you can't see them obviously, but you can hear them and it sounds really, really powerful. And even when you were in the gallery spaces, you could still hear the sound coming through, which was just amazing.
The two together was just so moving. Brought tears to my eye. It's great stuff.
I didn't expect to hear the sound from the steel drums that they were able to make. I mean, they seem to replicate other instruments and other sounds.
It just provided a lot of energy, and I think probably the fact that they were singing old songs with a new song made you look at things differently, and that ties them in that kind of magic of something but it's got undepths.
I hadn't heard anything quite like it before.
It was really spontaneous, and so the choir initially, they didn't know what to expect, and a few choir members who were more traditional didn't enjoy Autumn Leaves. They didn't enjoy the close harmony. It was quite jazzy, very syncopated. Music they did enjoy, but also All Night Long. I mean, that's a soul song, and they're not soul singers, so we had to discuss some techniques so it sounded a bit more chilled out, more relaxed, more soulful. But I knew when they came to it, they'd never do anything like it again. And I really kept saying to them, you will be amazed at how great this experience is. And what happened is, as we got nearer the performance date, a few people that had said they weren't keen came back, and they were really glad they did. And the performance day, they loved it. It was such an experience for them. But it's a lot of the time when you bring a project to a group of people, you have the foresight to know how it's going to turn out, but they don't. So I spent such a lot of time trying to persuade them that this really was a unique opportunity, and it would be really good fun, and it would be something that they'd remember. And I think it was.
I've never heard anything like it. I would certainly come again and again. And I've actually bought a CD.
That's lovely. Well, thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
Appreciate your time.
Not at all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
No, you're drunk.